DELINA here, guys. One of my favorite perfumes. Oh my gosh, so nice. And I just thought I have a few perfumes that I've come across that smell very similar to DELINA, or they actually remind me of DELINA, so it has a very similar perfume style. So this is a part of the series that I'm doing where I go through perfumes and offer my suggestions to you guys of alternatives to DELINA. So these fragrances are either going to give you the vibe of that perfume, or they may share similar notes. DELINA opens up with lychee and rhubarb. There's nutmeg and bergamot in here. In the heart we have a rose, peony, musk, vitalia and vanilla. The base notes include cashmere, incense, cedar and vetiver. This is a very sweet rose perfume that has a tart fruity opening. You have rhubarb and you have lychee in this fragrance with notes of vanilla as well. So this is a beautiful feminine perfume. Blouse is a great alternative to DELINA. You have bergamot, pink pepper in the opening of Blouse. The heart you have rose and angelica. You have a base of white musk and cashmere. It's really fruity, and I think for this perfume it's the fruity notes that reminds me of DELINA. There's a very light fruity touch to this perfume. It's mainly the notes of bergamot, but it does smell like there's a lot of lychee in this fragrance. Blouse is extremely similar to DELINA. DELINA smells like it has many layers to this perfume, and Blouse smells more fresh and a bit fruity as well. I feel like you get a little bit of the impression of rhubarb in here because it has that angelica green note in this perfume with the rose. You have some pink pepper in here as well. You have the cashmere, so these two are very similar. If you're looking for an alternative to DELINA, or something that has that DELINA DNA or style of perfume, then I do recommend Blouse. Blouse is really fresh. It has a little bit of a greenness to it, but it's a wearable green. When you spray this, I receive so much angelica, lots of that bergamot and the pink pepper notes. A few minutes later, it transforms into this fruity floral note, and it's a nice perfume for the daytime. I do recommend this fragrance for spring and summer. Try Blouse as an alternative. Let me know if you have this fragrance and what you think. Do you think it's a good alternative to DELINA? If you like DELINA, then you're going to like Fleur de Peony by Erin. This is a beautiful lychee and peony perfume that smells fresh, pretty and clean, highly feminine, and it gives me DELINA vibes. Fleur de Peony has pomelo, it has lychee, and then you have the musk and broxan and some sandalwood notes. So they are fairly similar because they open up with the lychee. The pomelo in this fragrance may offer that fresh, tart citrus note to this perfume as well. It's very similar how the rhubarb gives a tartness to DELINA. You have jasmine and you've got peony notes, you've got the musk in here as well. So they are very similar, very girly. However, this fragrance does not last as long, which is such a shame. It's a really pretty peony lychee perfume, and I wish it would last longer. Very girly, very dainty. It's a very pink perfume, and I think this is perfect for spring and summer. If you're looking for an alternative or something very similar to this one, then I do recommend Fleur de Peony by Erin. The longevity in Fleur de Peony is a bit of a shame because it's such a beautiful, sweet lychee. Lots of peony, muskers and broxan in here. It's very clean smelling. Something you would want to wear during the weekends. Brilliant alternative to DELINA. I just wish it had more lasting power. So I'm recommending Fleur de Peony. I wanted to talk about this perfume, which is Chloe Lowe, and this is an eau de toilette fragrance. This perfume contains lychee and rose, and it reminds me of DELINA. It has grapefruit in the opening and the lychee, and I feel like again that grapefruit adds that touch of tartness like the rhubarb would. Chloe Lowe has a heart of rose and magnolia, and the dry down it's the amber, cedar, oak moss and musk, and I love this. This also reminds me of Chance as well. So if you like Chance, which I'm going to be talking about in another video similar to this series I'm doing as an alternative, but this one does have the same base notes. In terms of DELINA, This has that lychee note, it's got that floral, the roses are in here as well, and you've got that musk and amber. It doesn't smell completely like DELINA, but it has this fruitiness. And when you smell this fragrance, it's immediately, oh my god, it's really, really pretty. It's rose, lychee, magnolia. The oak moss is not strong in here. I think it helps to make the fragrance last longer. But you have the amber, cedar. It has that fresh, clean, girly vibe like DELINA does. So if you love DELINA, then check out this perfume. I would try Chloe Lowe if you can get your hands on this perfume, because I think they are discontinuing this fragrance. It's quite hard to find. And if you check John Lewis, I think, and Selfridges, they may still have a few left in stock, but do stock up on this because it's going really quickly. But this is just like DELINA. It has that fresh, very invigorating, girly citrus notes in here with the rose, lots of florals, really pretty. It's an EGT, and I feel it does perform like one as well. You're not going to get that much longevity from this fragrance, but I don't mind, as you know, overspraying or topping up my fragrances. It helps me get through my large bottles. But these perfumes are niche fragrances. My goodness, guys, I cannot wait to share, because the last two, well, especially the last one, to me, this is DELINA all day long. It smells amazing. But let me start off with this one. This is Elixir by Roja. And this perfume is a combination of rose and raspberry and lots of notes that makes this perfume smell so beautiful. You have lots of raspberry, rose, peach, there's violet in here. We have the musk, vanilla, cashmere wood, cedar. There's some geranium and heliotrope, so it makes this fragrance quite fluffy and airy. But this is more of your fruity floral perfume. It's not as heavy. This smells a bit lighter than DELINA, but it's similar in a sense. And this one has that touch of incense in here. It's really powerful. You have nutmegs, it's a bit spicy. And the only spice we have in Elixir is your cinnamon. If you love a rose perfume with some fruity notes, and I highly recommend trying Elixir. I love that combination of the peach in here. You have the bergamot, there's musk, vanilla, so they do share those perfume notes together as well. I would definitely go and try this. It's a summer scent for me. Spring, summer, but more summer, that fruity playfulness. Just reminds me of the summer. If you spray this on your skin and then you get a whiff of this later on, like when your skin warms up or if you're sitting by the fireplace, this perfume performs really nice, because that happened to me the other day. I was sitting by the fireplace and then my skin was so warm, and then the perfume was just radiating off my skin so nicely, and I had a really nice surprise. If you love DELINA, then you're going to love Elixir. The next perfume I have, I'm really excited to share, because I had a chance to really wear this fragrance a lot. I wore this perfume every single day for like 2 weeks, and I fell in love with this perfume, and I could see the similarities between this fragrance and DELINA. So if you love DELINA, you're going to love Hibiscus Mahad. This is a rose and vanilla perfume that is incredibly sweet and divine. Hibiscus Mahad has the hibiscus flowers. You have musk in here, there's some mint, there's leather in this fragrance. This fragrance is blended so well. It's not that you're picking up leather, it's not that you're picking up the mint, but the combination of all those notes together with the rose, the hibiscus and the vanilla makes this smell so sweet and beautiful. I find that these two are similar in the fact that they are a sweet perfume. It's rose base and it's mixed with vanilla. There's some hints of musk in here as well. Hibiscus Mahad reminds me of DELINA because of that. It's a very sweet perfume, highly complimented. So again, these two are similar because of the amounts of compliments you're going to get. The longevity, this is lasting on your skin for more than 8 hours. It performs well, and I receive so many compliments when I wear this fragrance. And it's gorgeous. I've worn this in high heat. I've worn this in 25 degrees plus weather, and it performs so nicely on the skin. It's a beautiful fragrance that I love. Really fresh, fruity, sweet, highly sweet, almost sickly sweet. Hibiscus flower gives you that fruity tartness to a fragrance as well. so it's fruity and sweet. It's a great alternative to DELINA. This is my #1 fragrance I wanted to share with you guys. Oh my gosh, it's a fragrance I fell in love with the first time I tried this fragrance. I remember heading to the boutique, crossed the road, went straight in, and I had no idea that I was going to discover this fragrance. And I was discovering the house of Jane, and I came across this beautiful fragrance, which is Damasque. I think I discovered this perfume about 3 years ago, and I'm so shocked on how much this smells like DELINA. If you love DELINA, you're definitely gonna love Damasque. So Damasque has black currants, pear and lemon, rose, pink pepper and jasmine in the heart, musk, mineral notes, vetiver and amber. And I think perhaps that combination of the lemon and rose would give it a more fruity like feel, similar to a lychee, I'm guessing, if you mix those two together. Damasque is a dupe, in my opinion, for DELINA. If you take away that rhubarb note, it's very similar. DELINA just smells so refined and elegant. It smells like a beautiful doll or a dress. It's so stunning, and this is like the fruitier version of DELINA. You've got blackcurrant, you've got the lemon in here, mineral notes, and this perfume performs so well on my skin, incredibly well. And again, I get a little surprise here and there. Throughout the day, I just get this whiff of the fragrance and it feels like I just sprayed the perfume. So I'm really impressed by this. That's my Damasque by Jane. If you have tried this perfume, let me know what you think, because this is my #1 fragrance. If someone was to approach me today and ask me which perfumes reminds me of DELINA, I would recommend these two as a dupe. It would be Damasque and Blouse. These two are so similar to DELINA. Blouse is fresh and fruity, but it's a more green version of DELINA. You pick up Angelica as soon as you spray this perfume. It's like green notes, and then it warms up and it sort of develops into this fruity, floral perfume. A very light fruity scent, and it's really pretty. I just get DELINA from this fragrance here, but it has to be Damasque. To me, this is your DELINA perfume. It's so beautiful. It has this spiciness to it. You pick up that pink pepper notes. The contrast in the spice and the flowers, it's so nice. Really beautiful perfume. I love this. The longevity is amazing. It's one of my favorite perfumes. So these two would be my top recommendations. If you're looking for a perfume that's almost a dupe, I would say dupe worthy, then I would pick these two. Those were my recommendations for DELINA alternatives. If you have any that I should be adding to my list, or if you want to recommend any to the community, leave your comments down below. Share your experiences with those fragrances. And what do you think of the perfumes I mentioned? Do you find that they smell like DELINA? Will you now be going out to try these perfumes? I'm really interested to know, so let me know down below. And I will be back with another video in this series. If there's any perfumes you would like me to mention, to find more alternatives for you, then leave me a comment down below. Darlings, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.